If you want to start seeing the fruits of your labor and really create more freedom in your life, you need to develop discipline. This is the only video you really need to see on discipline, bro, because it's straightforward. No bullshit, no gimmicks. Tap in. What's going on, guys? Kayvon Rashad, where I help you man get fit physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Listen, discipline is going to save your life. Discipline is going to change the whole entire trajectory of your life. You need to develop some discipline. Discipline equals freedom. Discipline creates freedom. Listen, you want to see the fruits of your labor, you need discipline, right? Fuck motivation. Motivation is good, but motivation don't last long, right? It's just like the new year. Everybody's motivated on December 31st. Everybody's motivated January 1st through, let's just say January 15th. Or that whole month of January. They got some good momentum. But something happens, right? Guess what happens? They might have broken up with their boyfriend or girlfriend. They lose their job. Just something happens. And guess what? All the motivation is gone, right? Notice in the gym is the most packed between January and March 1st. Gyms love you guys because they get the most return on their investment, because they know you guys are going to sign up and you guys are going to forget you signed up. You guys are going to go to the gym for about 2 months, maybe a month, if that. You guys are going to forget, and it's going to rack up that bill. That subscription is going to keep overriding. It's going to keep making money off you guys because you're not going to the gym. You know Planet Fitness makes more money off people not showing up to the gym? Crazy, right? They make it impossibly hard to cancel. Like, you got to literally come in person to cancel. And a lot of people don't go to the gym. So Planet Fitness might be charging you only like $12 a month, right? But that shit adds up and you're not going. But not to go off a tangent, motivation is real, but it doesn't last long. You wanna know what lasts long? Discipline. And this is the most powerful quote I ever heard in my entire life. It's from the book Atomic Habits. Highly recommend you guys go get that book. A great book if you wanna build better habits and build more discipline. One of the things that stood out to me, and I'll never forget it. A disciplined man doesn't put himself in position to be disciplined. That's some cold game right there, man. A disciplined man does not put himself in position to be disciplined, bro. I'm gonna give you two scenarios, bro. I'm gonna give you a relationship, and I'm gonna give you dieting, right? Relationship. Let's say I have a girlfriend, right? If I wanna make sure I'm a faithful man, I'm not gonna be following a lot of women on social media. Why? Because it just increases the chances of me cheating, increases the chances of me tapping in, right? I'm an attractive man. When I was in a relationship, I literally stopped going out as much with my boys. Now, I should have kept hanging out with my friends, my single friends, but I definitely stopped going out with my boys when it came to like partying and going to clubs. Why? There's so much temptation there. Instead of me trying to resist temptation when I'm in the party, why don't I just make it hard for me? Why don't I just make it easier for me to be faithful? I didn't go on the guys' trips. I didn't go to DR. I didn't go to the Orlando trips because I'm in Florida. I didn't go to Orlando. I didn't go out of the country. I didn't go out of the state until I was really single. Now, could I have gone out of town with my boys? Absolutely, I should have. But when it comes to like high places where there's a lot of high traffic with women, you know, I would avoid those places, right? And yes, I was faithful, right? Because I know if I was to go to a country like DR, the ratio of women is like literally 10 to 1. So could I have been faithful while I was in DR? Most definitely. But it would have been a lot harder, right? And most people don't have willpower to be faithful, to stay locked in. Especially when they're in a different country. Who's gonna tell? The only person that knows is really you or your boys. And your boys are gonna ride with you better than your boys are gonna ride with you over their girl anyway. Unless they got ulterior motives. But the point I want to make is, I'm not putting myself in position to have to tell bitches no. I'm just going to not put myself in that position. I know there's coworkers at work that like me. I stay far away, or I only hang out with them in a group setting, you know, if I have to. But I'm not going to be texting them. I'm not going to be having them on social media because that gives them a chance that we can get something, even though I do have a girl. So really, if you want to be a faithful man, right, you want to be disciplined, you want to be sexually disciplined, stay out porn. You know, stay off porn, put the blocker on, so that way you don't tap into those videos. That way it's hard for you to reach. You know what I'm saying? Again, stop scrolling on Instagram. Stop following all the baddies. You know what I'm saying? Because the more women you see and they post all these things, it's just gonna Your algorithm is gonna keep feeding you that type of content, and the more you see it, the more it becomes your frequency. And to become your frequency, you're gonna be having that urge to want to go on corn and FAP. What they call it now, gooning. A lot of you gooning. So you gotta put yourself in position to not have to be disciplined. Now there's gonna be situations where you can't avoid, but for the most part, you have control over your environment. You have control over your social media, what you see on your Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You can always clean up, like reset your whole FYP, your For You page, your Explore page. You can always reset that. You can't control certain things, but for the most part, you can control certain places you go. Certain your environment, you can control that. Focus on your controllables. Now let's talk about dieting. This is gonna be the main one I kick it with. If you want to stop eating Oreos, that doesn't mean you're gonna grab the Oreos and just have them in the cabinet. Why? Because it's in your proximity, and because it's in your proximity, it's gonna be a lot easier to just eat Oreos, because you can just walk into your cabinet and go get and eat a whole stack. Why don't you just stop buying it? So that way you have to literally get up and go get it. Take DoorDash off your phone too. That's another one. Because again, in these times, it's just a lot more convenient to fuck up, to mess up on your diet. So taking DoorDash off your app. If you want dessert, you have to literally go out and get it, and it just creates more resistance because you have to go out further to get it versus it's just already being here or you ordering it. A disciplined man doesn't put himself in position to be disciplined. This is the main point I want to hit with you guys. A disciplined man doesn't put himself in positions and scenarios to be disciplined. Why do you want to have willpower? Why don't you just avoid certain situations that you know is going to put you in it's going to make it hard for you to do, make it hard for you to stay faithful, make it hard for you to stay locked in on your diet. But when you're replacing things, right? So let's say you don't want the Oreos in there, you do need to replace it. When you remove it, but you replace it with something with higher protein. Instead of getting Oreos, man, find a high protein snack. There's plenty of good ones, bro. There's a brownie, a protein brownie. I did a partnership with them on TikTok. I forgot the name of it. It's 26 grams of protein, and it's actually good. You got Yazo bars, Greek yogurt bars, low calorie, low sugar, halo top. Replace it with higher protein. Make it easier, right? So you want to replace those foods with high protein. Now I'm not making this video a dieting 101 video, because I have plenty of videos that you can go watch. But this is a discipline. A disciplined man doesn't put himself in a position to be disciplined. And once you can really lock and internalize that message, your whole life's gonna change, brother. Your whole life is gonna change. Disciplined man doesn't put himself in position to need to be disciplined. He creates and curates an environment where it's easy to win, where it's hard to lose. It's literally hard to lose. My environment, nothing but high protein, complex carbs, fruit, water, electrolytes in there. So it's easier for me to stay locked in, because that's all I got here. Delete the DoorDash app. Not buying the Oreos. Or if I do get some Oreos, it's gonna be like the little fun size. It's not gonna be a whole box of Oreos. Being faithful to my woman. Not going out to bars and clubs on a frequent basis. You just listen, I'm not saying you should stay away from clubs forever. Definitely want to go out, especially if you like good music. You like to dress up and look nice, but understand, wherever high traffic women are, it's going to be a lot harder to say no. So just put yourself in an environment where you can control the outcome. Now, you're not going to have control all the time, because if you're a good looking man like myself, a handsome, sexy man like myself, you know what I'm saying, no matter where you could be at Target, you could be out at the gym, don't matter when you're going to approach. So you do need to have a little bit of willpower, but you can also control where you put yourself to. You can also control your environment sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. But listen, guys, discipline. A disciplined man doesn't put himself in position to need to be disciplined. And as soon as you grasp that and internalize that, your life is going to change for the better. Listen, guys, I got these free ebooks. They're usually between $49 and $97, depending on the ebook. I made them totally for free. I know I was going to give you guys 48 hours, but listen, I want to leave you guys until Monday. Lock in, get these ebooks for free. You guys going to have first access to the ebooks for free. All right? Make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe. Holla back at your boy. Deuces.